Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Legends of Chima Battles set. This is a Speedorz set. I've looked at I think 3 or 4 of these on the channel before, but this is the first one I'll be looking at that has two Speedorz things, two minifigures, and surprisingly it has about the same amount of pieces as some of the ones that only have one. So I'm thinking that the kind of builds that these things might be competing over is a good bit smaller than some of the other ones, but that remains to be seen. So this is set number 70113. It has 93 pieces, and I paid $20 for this set, which I think for the other ones I paid like maybe 12, and then I paid like 15 for a singular one. I believe this can be bought sealed really cheap at this point. I think I'm looking at Bricklink right now, maybe $6, $8, $12. So potentially could even get this less than $10, but definitely less than 20. But I got this at a store local to me. I didn't have to pay shipping at all. But if there was somebody out there interested in this, just know that this could be purchased for cheaper than what I got it for, which is a pretty big discount. But I guess didn't check, which normally I would check before buying this, but it was the only one at the store I saw that had two of these, and the Speedorz looked cool, different from some of the other ones I had, and I don't think I have this character yet. This character I have from a different set, but still was very interesting to me. So in this video I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it while I build. I'll speed the video up and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build for this Lego Legends of Chima Speedorz Chi Battle, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and then remind you, if you like this video, click the thumbs up. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. That stuff helps me a lot, and I appreciate it. We start off with the minifigures. A lot of the piece count in this is minifigures, accessories, the piece counter, the point counters, and then all the stuff for the games. Not too much building in this, so now on to my review for this set. Okay, so that is this Lego Legends of Chima Speedorz Chi Battle set, and I think my assumption was correct. It is probably, in terms of like the actual stuff you get in here, a little bit like the Lego stuff, less than some of the other like singular Chi things. Like I have, you know, some of the other Speedorz things near me to kind of compare eventually. I also have some of their builds as well, which I will get into eventually, because those are I think more substantial than what we have in this one. But for now we will get into this, and the first thing we will look at is the minifigures. So I will show them. The minifigures were part of the reason I was attracted to this, because, well, partly because I didn't have one of them and the other one I had, but I wasn't sure if it was the same version or not. So the first one to take a look at is Longtooth. Longtooth is one of the lion tribe characters. I think I looked at, well, I think Leonidas came in a set, and I don't remember this older lion's name that came in a Speedorz, but here we have, oh wait, let me check. His name was Lagravis, something like that. Lagravis. But this is Longtooth, and it's a Chima minifigure here. It has a kind of a staff as the accessory, which popped off. It's just an antenna piece with a kind of round brick there. Looking at the headpiece, this is really good. Again, the The Lion Tribe one seems to come in its own small plastic there. I don't know if that's because it's pointy or something else, but kind of nice. Good printing on this one. I don't believe it's dual molded, so it's just printed all the way around. I think it looks nice. I don't know if its teeth are longer than other characters, maybe just because they're visible on this one, and Lagravis doesn't appear to have teeth visible there. We have some nice kind of printed dots around the head, and I think a slightly darker color kind of making up that crown, and then this is all the mane, the nose, mouth, all that stuff is printed. Looking at the minifigure head underneath here, it's weird but cool, kind of mimics the same sort of deal here. This is one of the faces, so the eyes are set in a little bit that I think look better when they're behind the mask. Mouth is kind of neat. It does have longer teeth there. Some good detail in the face. There is an alternate face, which is them in a more calm demeanor, but still having their teeth out there. They also have some scarring and some different stuff along their face, kind of above their eyebrow there, that you can see maybe more on here. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's a little bit of that on the mask. So on one side we have kind of a scar there that's not on the other side. Looking at the torso, they're not wearing any armor or anything like that, no cape. So we kind of have the Lion Tribe torso there with some musculature and some fur and some different stuff, but we also have some like scars or some scrapes or something kind of going across the chest. Nothing on the arms. Lower part of the torso, we have this gold belt area there, which is nice. And then the midsection is printed really well. They're not lined up perfectly well, but this kind of has the lion emblem type thing and maybe the chi power thing there kind of at the belt line. Looking at the legs, I have legs that are similar to this, kind of have like this skirt looking thing up here, or shorts. I think skirt is fine, and then some like leg bands or whatever, and then printing down on the feet, so printing all the way through. Nothing on the side of the legs, nothing on the arms. Back of the torso is very simple there. The other one is one I have had before, or I still do have, from the Wakz pack tracker. So this is one of the like wolf, or yeah, I think they're like the wolf tribe here, which is maybe one of the bad tribes, the antagonist tribes. Not dual molded, but really nice big ears, nice kind of spikes for different fur and hair going back there. Lots of printing on this, going around some interesting curves and some interesting areas. And we kind of have a weathered kind of look here. It does have some what looks like teeth popping out on the front, different stuff all throughout there. The eyebrows are printed on the headpiece as well. I like that. Underneath that, I think these wolf ones look very weird and creepy, so that's really fun. I don't know if that screams wolf to me. I'm actually not sure if the Longtooth head screamed lion to me, but that's all right. It does allow them. It is similar to this if like squished down and put on a minifigure head. There is an alternate face with, again, that with a different demeanor, looking a little more calm, not as aggressive there, and so that's fine. Has the nose, the mouth, the eyes. Good amount of detail on these. And then the torso, I believe, is the same as the one that came in the Wakz pack tracker set, which I have looked at. So it has kind of this chi orb in the center. This one appears to be wearing a armor or a shirt or different things. They kind of have a necklace, some spikes up there, and this kind of silvery pattern throughout there. Nothing on the arms. Midsection does have some printing on it, and so do the legs. We have different stuff, kind of teeth or claws kind of on the legs. They're not dual molded legs, but they're printed all the way at the top, in the middle, and on the bottom. Back of the torso kind of has, I don't know, the back of hair or something there. I don't think that's supposed to be a tail, but something like that, and a couple other details kind of continuing on the back, so that's really good. This one I didn't have any of the accessories in it, but we do get this buildable one, which has the red cylinder tube, a gray hilt, and a white barb piece. This set also came with kind of the joust type piece here, so it's just a bar piece with a, what do they call that? Not the hilt, but the thing that separates kind of the blade from where you might hold it. But it has like the bar coming down, but it also has coming off at a right angle, so it can be held kind of like a joust like this or up in the air. Also came with a spear here, so that's very good. Those are the minifigures overall. You get 2 minifigures in this set instead of just 1, and I think that's cool to see. We do get, because this is a Speedorz thing with some kind of mini games, extra stuff, we get 12 of these point markers, which are kind of these light blue translucent kind of crystal pieces. So you get 12 of those, kind of 6 for each thing. I think the games kind of work 1st to 6 wins, and there's different ways of earning them, especially in this case. You know, for other Speedorz sets, you always appear to get like 6 of those, and that does feed into the piece count. I don't know how much these pieces are, probably a couple cents in the aftermarket, but I do have a lot of them now, so that's really interesting. And then I'll kind of take a moment to look at the Speedorz things. If you've seen my other videos for Speedorz sets, they do all come with this interesting piece, which has this kind of modified plate piece here. That's all molded plastic. It does have some pinholes in there, but that's all one piece with this metal and rubber wheel here. It spins really, really well. Interesting piece for Lego to make, and I'm assuming kind of expensive to make. The way that this works is you have kind of a ripcord here, and there's a gear on the wheel, and you pull that out and the wheel spins. So that's good. Both of those are the same. We do add a little bit here with some barbs on the back of this one, which is for Longtooth, and Wakz we add kind of this tail with, this kind of looks like the bushy end of a tail or something, but it's also what I would call like a chainsaw piece or something like that. It could be used for greebling and different things too, but I think that's pretty cool, and you can fit the minifigures on here, and then they come with these special molded pieces that kind of go over them. So this is the one for Longtooth, and this is cool. I think it's the same shape as the one for Lagravus, so maybe tribes have kind of similar shape ones, but different printing and different color. So this one's on like the pearl gold plastic. The one for Longtooth is kind of just on yellow here, but really, really cool printing. We kind of have like some teeth, some like tubes there to make it feel kind of sci-fi-esque, kind of the eye there, some armor going on the back, a little crest here. We do have a lot of gold printing back here. Other side is very much the same, so we get the teeth kind of coming down, the stuff on the back, the gold plating, kind of the ear, eye, nose area there. Nothing on the front of this one, and not much on the top. And for the Speedorz, the minifigure is to be put on there first, and then you attach this with the Technic pins, and there's actually kind of a little bit of a lip on the back of these, so the minifigure feet go underneath there, and that holds them in so they wouldn't get taken off of there. So this is what it looks like kind of when it's all together. You could have Longtooth holding an accessory or something like that. It has kind of the stuff coming off the back. I think this is pretty cool, and glad that it's different enough. I thought maybe there would be different molds, but I think it makes sense to just have, one mold kind of for each tribe or something like that, and then do different colors and different printing. I mean, just the amount of printing that's like unique for these is pretty impressive, so I do still give them credit for that. And then looking at the other one for Wakz, this one's really, really cool. It's got like this metal plating kind of stuff with different rivets in there, a couple teeth attached with some of that like metal tubing and stuff, different like whiskers and scars and different things. Lots of good details down here. You can see kind of those shiny dots there coming up on the ears. This is a different shape than Lagravus's, and you can kind of tell looking at the front. The nose isn't as like coming down like that. The teeth are a little bit recessed there. The eye parts are different. The cutout is pretty similar, and this one's on red. I actually think, I wasn't sure, but I believe this is the same mold as this one from Skin It, the skunk, which I think the skunk kind of works with the wolf tribe there. So I believe these are the same mold, but they look pretty different. Just the change of the color for the molded plastic and then all the extra details they can do with printing is a pretty substantial change. So that's one of the reasons it doesn't bother me if all the tribes kind of share the same mold, at least. So very, very cool here. Still pretty impressive to me. This combined with the special piece with the rubber and the metal and stuff is still very, very interesting to me and feels like a unique piece of Lego kind of history, even though this set is from, I think 10 years ago, 2013, so maybe 11 years ago, as of the time of recording this. But this is really cool, and I can show what this looks like with Wakz kind of on the vehicle, on the Speedorz thing here. So we can get that on there. Looks something like that. They could have their accessory in their hands or whatever. They can lean forward a bit, they can lean backward a bit, have the tail that is sort of articulatable there, which is nice. Of course, we do get the ripcords. I don't know how many different colors of ripcords they made. I have, a few other ones here. I think these two are the same color and this is the same color, so maybe they only made like 3 or 2 different colors, but I'm not positive. So we do have those in this set. And one of the things I forgot, we have the 2 packs of cards here. I haven't opened any of these cards yet from any of the Speedorz that I've been buying, and so I don't know what's behind all of these. It could be if I were to open these up, I would get different characters here, because I think there's 5 cards in each one of these. I just, for whatever reason, was keeping these sealed for now. Oh, and okay. Maybe, so all of these have their like main tribe, but Skin It seems to have like every tribe there. Maybe they're kind of a, unaffiliated kind of no alliances kind of lone agent operating in the Chima universe. That's kind of interesting to me. And then these things and all the numbers on there relate to different games and stuff within the Speedorz kind of mini game world of Chima. So we do have the 2 packs of cards that came in this, which is good. And then we have the stuff that you build. So the first things, besides kind of the Speedorz vehicles and the accessories there, we have a couple of these like traffic cones. They're just 3 pieces each, a barb, a cone piece, and a disc piece there. So we have one color that's kind of like Longtooth's colors, another one that's kind of like Wakz colors with the red down here. Those are exactly the same. Then we build a couple ramps. A lot of these sets come with ramps. Some are more detailed and in-depth and bigger than others. This one's very, very simple. It's just 2 pieces, not too much going on here. I think the Skin It one did have a similar kind of form for these, but with more going on, little extra kind of accessories there or details. These are pretty bare bones, so just the 2 pieces. They make a little bit of a ramp there. And then we have this, which I don't know what this is called, but this is kind of the main kind of game building thing here. We have this ball, which the mini games kind of use for different things, and the first thing you build is this. This is kind of neat because this is such a unique piece. You start by building it with this stuff, the round 2x2 plate, round 2x2 brick, a couple bracket pieces. We add this on top, and then I think this piece was used as a type of joint, right? I think there was like a big thing that went in there and you kind of rotated around. I think that was a type of joint. So you can see it has like these gaps on the side there. And we add that, then we flip it over, add the leaves on there, and this is all upside down. So we just add a bar piece and stuff like that. So it can stand like that. It theoretically could stand the other way too. And then we build this, which is kind of this crystal gold top kind of thing. So we have the crystal piece and the light translucent blue. We have the pearl gold kind of hilt handle thing there. This bigger disc, and then on top of that we have like a Master Wu gold hat here, and this acts as a top, so to speak. So we can spin that around. It also acts as maybe something to be knocked off of here in a way to get points. And then this spot also can cover up the ball. So if these Speedorz were competing against each other and one of them hit before the other, maybe it would knock this off, and it would also release the ball, and then the player that is playing would grab the ball, and that would earn them some points or something like that. I think there's also something if the top is spinning and both of these are trying to get it, whichever one like hits the top first is can get points. With these, you can either make them kind of like they have to pass through here, or maybe line them up, and whoever knocks the most of them down would be the kind of winner there. And then the ramps are used kind of for course building to make up different obstacles. You could have, maybe this in the middle, and both of the Speedorz would be competing to hit the ramp and maybe go like through these, or like knock these over and then hit the ramp, and then try to hit this and release the ball and release the top. So that's kind of the play sequence there. There are instructions for that in the manual here, so you can kind of see. This one did say on the box like there's 3 games in one, which is different. So this one's like the spinning top, you pull the ripcords, they race towards the thing, and then there's this one which looks like they're knocking over these cones, and then this one where they try to launch off the ramps, release the ball, players try to catch the ball, they draw a card has some value, other person draws a card, they do a thing, they get some of these point markers with those like bluish translucent crystals, and there's somebody who wins. There's also information about what all of this on the card means, which is good to know. They print those in kind of all of the Chima Speedorz sets that I've seen. And then the idea is like this one might be kind of a starter set that you can play with another person right away out of the box here. And I think that's actually really, really valuable, because the other ones I looked at only really come with one minifigure, one kind of Speedorz thing, and then they come with more elaborate kind of stuff. So like this one from Eris's like Sky Launch is part of it. So this is a pretty big ramp, and you try to get it to pass through here. This is, a different ramp setup. It's much more substantial. It's a different angle. Also has this kind of stuff all detailed, built out. And then from the Skin It one, the Skunk Attack, there was a smaller ramp, and this to kind of launch off and hit the target here and open the mouth and release a ball. And the Royal Roost one with Lagrivis came with this, which is this Royal Roost, which has some different stuff in it, but it's essentially the ball can be knocked off of here really easily, because this isn't studded down, this isn't studded down, and these can be separated. And I think the idea is that you can take all of these different elements and make like a course, and kind of try to get them to do multiple things. Maybe hit a couple of these cones, then maybe go off this and try to pass over some arbitrary level or something. I believe this is supposed to have a couple of these on there, so we could have that, and then maybe behind that we would set up the Royal Roost, or set up this thing, and then you would try to like launch off of here, get over this, knock this over, release the ball, and do that. And then with the Wakz or the wolf kind of target thing here, which could open up, this one you probably want to have placed near the end of a series. I don't know if I can get the Speedorz to go over one ramp, land, and go over another ramp. I haven't tried that yet. Maybe I will eventually, but probably not on my desk space that I work on right now. But there's lots of these Speedorz. I can't remember how many exactly, but I might try to get them all just because they're interesting to me and somewhat available. So, and they also aren't like crazy expensive in the aftermarket. So that's something I'm kind of interested in, but I'll clear a lot of this away just I like to show kind of what some of the examples of play can be once a person has multiples of this kind of set, because they're designed to kind of be a course builder type thing before, and a mini game type thing before the Mario sets kind of did that in a different way. And that's kind of everything in this set. I'll show the extra pieces here because you do get some. You get the white barb, you get the hilt there, and a Technic pin. Those are the 3 of them. And this set is 93 pieces, 2 minifigures. I paid $20 for it. It appears, it retailed for $20 in 2013. Right now, the brick set says about $13 used, or new, $6 used. When I looked on BrickLink, these could be purchased new, factory sealed, in the same kind of bubble pack container that I had this in, for less than $20, maybe less than $12, or around $12. I think I saw some as low as $6. So this is attainable. I think, $20, I felt comfortable paying that just because I had paid $15 for a single Speedorz thing, and there's a good amount of stuff in here. I also just really wanted it, and I didn't check the market beforehand, which I would have had to pay for shipping and whatever, which probably wouldn't have been too expensive. I'd imagine a person could buy this on BrickLink and get this shipped to them for less than $20 total, maybe only be a $5 or $7 shipping or something like that. So I definitely didn't pay the best price I possibly could have for this, but I was supporting a local store and other stuff. And I've actually bought this a while ago and was sitting on it, but I'm fine with the retail price. I mean, I paid the retail price of this set that it was on the shelves at in 11 years ago, so I'm not too worried about that. I know that a lot of this stuff is smaller than some of the other ones, but the minifigures are expensive to produce. These metal pieces are expensive to produce, so there's kind of more cost on Lego's end here, because making all the pieces that even make up something like this, which is quite a bit more substantial than some of the stuff in here, and the design work into this, I still think this is probably relatively cheap for Lego to produce, especially if it's just all pieces they make multiples of and use for different sets. In terms of this, these minifigures are probably in different Chima sets. I don't know if they're exactly the same in all of them, because there's different forms and different kinds of armor and stuff. But these Speedorz are not different molds for different tribes, but all of the printing and the color of the plastic is can be different for different characters. I think the Eris one and the Lagervis one are both on gold, but because one's an eagle and one's a lion, they're different, but they could also be other lion characters on different colors and eagle characters on different colors of the kind of Speedorz face mold thing. And for those to be all unique for each individual character, I think is really cool, and I don't know if Lego does that as much anymore. I know these are kind of gimmick sets, similar to some Ninjago gimmick sets, but they also have a game built into them and tons of other stuff. They're just a really interesting piece of Lego, kind of from a time when I wasn't building as much Lego and wasn't super aware of the Chima line of things and never watched the show if there was one and all this stuff. So I've been really enjoying these, and this was another one, kind of a different one here, and pretty cool. I guess one of the things I normally do is kind of do a trial of something here. So let me kind of set some things up and see if we can knock off the top or release the ball underneath there, and hopefully I don't make too much of a mess. Okay, so it knocked this over, knocked the top over, knocked the ball out, and yeah, I had some of the point pieces kind of over there that got in the crash zone, but that worked, which is good as it's supposed to. And yeah, in this one there's 3 different games, and then a lot of possibilities to integrate it with other sets in the Speedorz lines. So very kind of interesting to me. I'm glad I was able to look at this. But, I didn't get the best value. I'm comfortable with the value I paid. A little part of me wishes I, would have checked Bricklink and ordered it from somebody there. But hindsight is 2020. I didn't feel bad about paying $20 for this when I did, all things considered. So very fun, and I'll probably be looking at more Speedorz in the future. I don't think these are super popular with people and with my viewers, even if there are such a thing as viewers for me, but I like doing them, so I'll probably still be sprinkling these in once in a while, and I think that's it. So if you like this video, please click the thumbs up, and if you don't like this video, please click the thumbs up, and if you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more Speedorz, more Chima sets, play sets, then tons of other LEGO sets from all different themes, retired, new, old, big sets, small sets, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming LEGO videos. We're getting really, really close to 1,000 subscribers. It'd be incredible to get there, so it means a lot to me. Any additional help is really meaningful. And on that note, if you were interested and able to give me money and wanted to, there are options for that through YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks, and with the Patreon. It's linked in the video description. It's linked on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. So maybe consider checking those things out. It is not needed, but at a certain point, if people are returning to my videos or my channel continues to grow, it is something that would be very helpful, but definitely not necessary. So it means a lot to me. Maybe consider checking those things out. I appreciate it. But thank you everybody for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. All of that stuff is really, really great. I had a blast. I'm having a blast doing these videos. And thank you for all the support and the subscriptions. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.